Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth, PA. My name's Nick Lendl alongside Joe Dombrowski for one of the biggest nights in IWC on the calendar year. It's Super Indy, the 18th annual Super Indy tournament, Joe. My fourth Super Indy. A lot more for you.
I've been here for 17 years, and I've watched the growth and progression of Super Indy year by year. And this year it is bigger than ever because we are reaching across the globe on an iPay-per-view basis, IWCWrestling.com, the iPay-per-view tab. You can join us 100% live at the top of the hour, 7 o'clock, we get underway with one of the most prestigious tournaments in all of independent wrestling, and you can watch it from the comfort of your very own home.
And when you're talking about that prestigious Super Indy tournament, we got to start with the first round. The current Super Indy champion, and as well as the IWC heavyweight champion right now, Wardlow, he's going to have to relinquish this title as soon as this night starts. We're going to see if he can make it through the entire night. His first round opponent, Jackson Argos.
Well, Jackson Argos backdoored his way into this tournament, promising not to cash in that reset button, promising not to push that button tonight. Argos has all the leverage, but no matter how much political pull you have, you can't compare to the raw power and the momentum of the man with war in his name, Wardlow. Only one man before has ever gone coast to coast, entered the defending champion, and left with the championship, but no one has done it while holding both IWC singles championships. Wardlow puts himself into a new echelon if he can go coast to coast tonight. If anybody can do it, it may be the 6'4", 265-pounder.
Well, you talk about making history, that's what we're going to do right off the get-go in our second first-round matchup as Dylan Bostic goes one-on-one with the first-ever woman entrant into the Super Indy tournament, AEW's Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Before Britt Baker was elite, she was an IWC original. She had her very first match in her entire career in a mixed tag team match that had Dylan Bostic on the other side. Tonight, things go full circle, and Britt has a chance to not just stand up for her gender, for women's wrestling, for herself, for her company. Everything's riding on the line for her, but Dylan Bostic is a former Super Indy tournament winner. We have more former winners in this year's field than ever before. Dylan is looking to two-peat, and he's not going to let anything stand in his way.
Well, Joe, I can't help to look ahead. If Britt's able to slide past Dylan Bostic tonight, which is the less of two evils for her? Maybe she could go one-on-one with Wardlow, Britt Baker versus Wardlow here tonight in Elizabeth, or Britt Baker one-on-one with Jackson Argos. You know he's not going to hold anything back. We've seen it before.
Now, we've seen Argos compete, and I believe the only other, the first ever intergender one-on-one matchup at a Reloaded not too long ago. Jackson Argos will not hold anything back. Jackson Argos is shameless. He's opportunistic, but the possibilities are endless. That's the thing about this field. 8 of the most talented athletes anywhere in the world. No matter how the cards shake out, you're guaranteed for an event for the ages here tonight at the top of the hour.
And moving along, the second two opening round matches, what are we going to say about this, Joe? Anthony Green, the retrosexual one-on-one with Joey Ryan, the king of dong style.
Joey Ryan loves to use the mind games. Joey Ryan may be the most polarizing athlete in all of professional wrestling today. Anthony Green has kind of competed with Joey Ryan in the sleaze factor as of late. We'll see if Joey Ryan's magical member is enough to counteract the Platinum Honeys.
And as we move along, the final opening round match, which to me personally is the most intriguing of the opening round matches, it's Josh Alexander one-on-one with Jonathan Gresham, two former winners of this very prestigious Super Indy tournament.
Not only two former winners, but a rematch from the finals 3 years ago. Josh Alexander was victorious. Super Indy 15, I do believe, but had to relinquish that championship shortly thereafter. Alexander feels unfulfilled. He feels like he was not able to finish that journey on his terms. Alexander could right those wrongs after years of waiting, years up in Canada waiting for that opportunity. Alexander has it tonight, but Jonathan Gresham has been in the finals the past 3 years straight. He did win last year. Can anybody break the streak of arguably the best pure wrestler in the world today?
Well, as you mentioned, Jonathan Gresham, the winner of this very tournament last year. And moving along from some non-tournament matches that are going to take place here tonight at the Court Time Sports Center, another individual who's no stranger to the Super Indy tournament, Christopher Daniels, is here representing SoCal Uncensored AEW. He's going to compete in a triple threat match against two of IWC's top stars, Andrew Palace and the heir apparent Chris LaRusso.
Palace and LaRusso are two former Super Indy champions in their own right, but they would have never had a chance possibly to hold that crown if not for the ground laid by the likes of Christopher Daniels, who was a Super Indy 1 finalist against Super Hentai in 2002. He was a Super Indy 2 semifinalist. He had the match of the year at Super Indy 3 in a non-tournament matchup with AJ Styles. Christopher Daniels is as Super Indy as anybody when you look at the history of IWC. This very well may be the final ever Super Indy event appearance of Christopher Daniels before he goes elite full-time this fall. Daniels is not coming to lose. He's not coming to shame his legacy. Daniels has been just to the finish line, but not able to cross over. Every year he's been here, can Daniels get the big win tonight in what may be one of his final independent matches, and it'll be broadcast across the world on iPay-per-view.
Well, obviously, Joe, the focus tonight, the Super Indy Championship, the Super Indy Tournament. But that's not the only championship on the line tonight. Also, another former entrant into this very Super Indy Tournament, Anthony Henry, will be making his return to IWC as he teams with his Lethal Enforcer partner James D. Drake to challenge Gannon Jones Jr. and Duke Davis for the IWC Tag Team titles tonight. It's the main event versus the Lethal Enforcers.
Who can forget the beating the Lethal Enforcers laid upon then Tag Team Champions Team Storm last fall? Henry and Drake were a heartbeat away from winning those Tag Team Championships. Their challenge tonight is a little bit bigger, a little bit badder, a little bit more physically imposing, and certainly the lights are on brighter. But if Henry and Drake can figure out the formula, the second time may be the charm to turn the Tag Team division upside down.
And, Joe, you can't see behind me as you're watching live, but the fans are starting to file in here in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania in just a few short moments. We're going to go over to ringside for your opening contest. It's a special pre-show match, a six-man tag team match, as Atticus Cogar teams up with the Human Crime Scene Bulk Nasty and the Mandime Elijah Dean to take on the interesting team of Gory, Johnny Patch, and another IWC mainstay and another superstar that's no stranger to the Super Indy event, Jimmy Vegas, as we kick things off.
Yeah, Jimmy Vegas was on the card at Super Indy 1 as well. Gory in this matchup has been in more Super Indy tournaments than anybody throughout history. These six men will be part of history, and they'll be looking to stand out as the Facebook free-for-all gets underway in just a few minutes. But think about the history of this event. Think about 18 years we have built. All the major stars that have come through Super Indy's doors, from Johnny Gargano to Elias, Lindsay Dorado, Kalisto, Mustafa Ali, Jay Lethal, people that are changing the face of the wrestling world today. They cut their teeth in Super Indy. They use Super Indy as a springboard to bigger things and international prestige. Tonight we are looking at the stars of tomorrow becoming the stars of today, and you can see it live, IWCWrestling.com. Click on the iPay-per-view tab. Subscribe to the IWC Network for one low price. You're in on IWC's first pay-per-view, and you're a part of Super Indy history, just like these athletes we've covered.
Well, Joe, I'm getting the word that we're about ready to get switched over live here to ringside for your opening match, but before we exit here and go to live action, I got to put you on the spot, Joe. Who's going to walk out of here tonight, the winner of the 18th annual Super Indy Tournament?
That's a very difficult call, but I got to go with my gut instinct. I got to go with the guy who I personally feel has been unbeatable. He's been on top, and he wants it maybe a little more than anybody, and that's Jonathan Gresham. Gresham worked for 3 years to get on top of Super Indy. Is he going to be able to sustain, however? I don't know, but I know somebody is going to rewrite the history books here tonight. It could be Gresham, but there's 7 other people that'd be awfully mad if they heard that right now.
Jonathan Gresham, obviously the sentimental favorite to repeat here tonight. I'm not buying into any of that hype. Tonight, I believe Wardlow is going coast to coast. Nobody's taken down the big man with War in his name. He's walking out of IWC Super Indy Tournament, still the Super... Yes?
Do you think Wardlow would touch it if he faces Joey Ryan in the tournament? Can he overcome the power of the... What about Bostic? He's got history with Wardlow, too. Bostic will do anything out there to win. Josh Alexander. He's been waiting in Canada for all these years.
A lot remains to be seen. Anything could happen. My name's Nick Lendl, my podcast partner Joe Dombrowski, here live at the Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. If you're not here live, the link will be at the bottom of this page to order live on iPay-per-view. It's Super Indy 18 here from the Court Time Sports Center. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you for Super Indy.
Tag team match. It is a Facebook free-for-all to be conducted under tornado rules, meaning no tags are required to enter the melee. Now, let's meet team number 1.
Well, this is the Facebook free-for-all. We are live on Facebook Watch across the world, counting down the minutes to Super Indy 18, live on IWCWrestling.com. I paid for a view about 25
Introducing first, from wherever the hell he damn well pleases, weighing in at 296 pounds, he is the Girthquake, Bulk Nasty.
As the human crime scene, Bulk Nasty, Twitter 90-plus pounder, makes his way in the ring. They were Super Indy, the destiny of dream. Somebody makes history tonight, but we're not waiting to the top of the hour. This card is so big, it spills over to Facebook Live and the Facebook free-for-all.
Next, being accompanied by the Arquette Entourage, from Intercourse, Pennsylvania, he weighed in at 192.69 pounds, the Man Time, Elijah Dean.
Elijah Dean with his entourage, women's champion of IWC, Katie Arquette, and the fashionista Calvin Couture. Three very diverse personalities in this opening team. I can't wait to see how they coexist.
And their partner, representing the culmination, Atticus Coker.
Atticus Coker, his entourage, Rose, Remy LeVay, the minder racer, and behind them, that's Corbin Bourne, IWC school student who felt left out of our proving ground last month, and apparently the culmination got inside his head and convinced him his real family was with Remy and Atticus.
Take those mental injuries, and that's exactly what Atticus Coker was.
And their opponents, first, from Frederickstown, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 216 pounds, he is the American Daredevil, Johnny Patch.
He's a man you gotta believe is destined for a lot of future Super Indy tournaments based on his ascent over the first 6 to 8 months of his career. Johnny Patch, but same can be said, Jayward, about Van Elijah Dean. These two have been fighting for that unofficial top of the class honor since practically day one.
And I feel that I should point out that both
Next, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 257 pounds, he is the IWC icon, Jimmy Vegas.
to look at a man like Jimmy Vegas and think, I want to trade hands with him.
You talk about day one, Jimmy Vegas, part of Super Indy 1 in a non-tournament matchup. He is an IWC staple, an IWC icon, as Dave Kitch said, and we're not done yet with the introduction. A diverse group of athletes, but
And their partner, from Ogden Marsh, he weighed in at 170 pounds, the New Age Plague, Gory.
He has been in more Super Indy tournaments than I think anybody. 7 or 8 at this point in time. His first Super Indy tournament was when he was 18 years of age. And Gory has not looked back since, a 2-time former champion. And you gotta believe Gory is frothing at the mouth that he's not in the field of 8 here tonight.
He's a rocket coming straight out of hell. And good Lord, look at him staring down Atticus Coker.
Well, Atticus and Gory are running buddies in 8 different U.S. states, but IWC is not one of those places. Gory, I think, seems to resent the fact that the infection, so to speak, has been brought into his home without his permission. Atticus and Remy kind of went rogue on him when they came into IWC and started targeting people.
And anyone looking for a classical catch-as-catch-can match, looking at these 6 men, should have known better. We are starting just with some brawling and some fisticuffs.
It's tornado rules. It's hard hitting. You got to believe that it's going to be similar later on when the likes of Wardlow, the likes of Josh Alexander get out here and start hooking it up. Alexander and Gresham, one-on-one, a rematch from the Super Indy Finals a few years ago. 2 of the best athletes in the world as Patch hits a springboard elbow. Jayworth, what about the first intergender match in Super Indy history? Britt Baker, the first female entrant in our 18-year reign. She goes one-on-one with Dylan Bostic. Can you believe it?
I wish her nothing but success. However, you don't just walk into the ring with Dylan Bostic. There's a reason that man is the money weight. There's a reason he's had all the titles he's had. Good luck to Britt Baker.
Atticus Cogar saying this is his house when Gory's called it home for practically 15 years. Hits it at a huge clothesline by Gory.
Let's be honest. We know both of these men. Just because, even if they like you, that doesn't mean they don't want to find something wrong and beat it into you.
Gory building some momentum here, going multiple springs, building that leverage, that momentum. Look out, Gory! Hurricane nicely done.
And the culmination, pulling Cogar out of the ring, giving him a chance to recoup after that.
Gory, a Super Indy champion, a tag team champion in the past. We'll have our eyes on the tag team championship when we go live on IWCWrestling.com at the top of the hour. The Lethal Enforcers, Anthony Henry and J.D. Drake, taking on the main event, Gannon Jones Jr. and Duke Davis for those championships. And that's if this ring survives, because we have a hell of a collision in ring right now.
Look at this. 2 Mack trucks getting ready to gun it and go head to head and see who plays champion. Oh! And Vegas with the takedown.
These are a couple of hosses just beating the hell out of each other. This may not be reminiscent of what will happen in the Super Indy tournament for sure, but this is a hell of a way to kick things off with physicality and a lot of hatred.
This is what Bulk Nasty refers to as big man business, and he will not step away from it 1 inch, 1 iota.
At the conclusion of this match, ladies and gentlemen, look at the IWC Wrestling Facebook feed. Find the link to order the pay-per-view tonight, or go to IWCWrestling.com. The iPay-per-view tab is there waiting for you. Find a way to be a part of this event. This has been the event in this part of the country for 18 years, and for the first time ever, you can watch it anywhere around the world, no matter where you are. Be a part of history. Think about some of the past Super Indy winners. Chris Sabin, Jerry Lynn, Delirious, Colt Cabana, DJ Z, Dylan Bostic, Jonathan Gresham, Facade, Sammy Callahan, all through the years, major stars as Vegas and Bulk. Vegas trying to tap Bulk out in the ring, but Cogar and Dean with the save.
I couldn't tell if that was a heel hook or just an ankle lock. But a little MMA action being pulled out of Jimmy Vegas. He's been around the world himself.
Jayworth, do you have any predictions on who will make their career? Who will hit a new level tonight in the field of 8 we have ready?
My money's on Colt Cabana.
He's not here.
Crap, I gotta make a call.
Oh, well, Jayworth didn't read his Vegas odds correctly, but Atticus launches himself through the ropes. I think Patch was able to avoid much of the contact, but in the ring, it's Bulk and Elijah Dean smothering Jimmy Vegas. Jayworth, what an honor it is. Speaking of Super Indy history, Colt Cabana, former Super Indy winner. Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel, Super Indy 1 finalist, taking on 2 of IWC's best and former Super Indy champions in their own right. Talking about Andrew Pallas and Chris LaRusso. What a showcase that is. 2 of IWC's best against one of wrestling's elite. Bulk on top of the cover. And Gory intervenes. Keep in mind, tornado rules. No tags in this matchup. It is a literal free-for-all as part of the Facebook free-for-all, and just a small taste of what happens when we go live on pay-per-view at the top of the hour for Super Indy 18.
And Gory happy to stomp on the back of Bulk Nasty, regardless of the fact that his partner, Jimmy Vegas, was under it. And now Gory taking a good bite out of Bulk.
Yeah, that's a lot to target. Gory's got that unquenchable thirst for flesh. I go and springboard again. Up and down, Gory. He needs a lot of momentum to take down Bulk.
Oh!
But the Girthquake launches Gory to the floor.
And Bulk Nasty just saw what was coming, braced himself, and when Gory went for what I'm assuming was some form of Hurricane Rana, he just tossed him off and threw him outside.
And I'll tell you what, I think Johnny Patch avoided the contact of much of that again. Patch maybe playing possum, maybe waiting for his moment. Could it be now?
Well, he stepped into the ring. He better make it count. Oh, a kick right to the chest of Bulk Nasty.
We'll see who makes it count when Joey Ryan and Anthony Green have a sleaze-off at the top of the hour. Oh! Nothing sleazy about that. That was graceful as hell. Shooting star connects.
Not just a shooting star, but a running, in-motion shooting star. 99 times out of 100, you see someone have to brace themselves, have to get themselves ready on the top rope. Patch just ran up it and went like it was second nature.
These athletes who did not make the field of 8 are risking their livelihoods to make a moment, to get noticed.
No.
What will the field of 8 do on pay-per-view? What will Bulk do? Vegas intervenes.
If Jimmy Vegas didn't, I'm worried that gravity might have. A man built like that is not meant to fly.
But look at Vegas.
Oh, no.
Vegas, a brick house if there's ever been one. He's in uncharted territory.
And Bulk there for the cutoff.
Oh! Yes! Vegas at up 270. Snapped off a Hurricane Rana of his own. And now the Cha-Ching Slam.
Vegas with the lucha influence, apparently, along with the MMA. Is there a style this man can achieve?
Only Vegas has been to a lot of Super Indies. Man Dime with a thrust kick. Signaling for the Man Dime makeover. Man Dime and Johnny Patch, top of the class rivalry. Patch blocks the makeover.
Second time. Patch up. Oh!
Right to the back of the neck of Patch and rolls the dice.
Right on his forehead.
A devastating neck breaker by the Man Dime. And Atticus, he doesn't like to primp and posture. Atticus wants to win and maybe hurt people if he's got the time. And Atticus pins Patch but couldn't put him away.
It's a fair question. He yelled, "What are you doing? If you're not going to go for the pin, then get out of the way and let me do it."
Atticus directing traffic with the culmination. There'll be no strength in numbers at Super Indy 18. It'll be an athletic competition through and through. Look at Gory. Again, Gory objecting to the involvement of the culmination here in what he considers his home turf. Atticus looking to go coast to coast. And Atticus down on top of Patch.
Still lands the drop kick despite the culmination. Letting go of the arm.
And Vegas, the full Nelson slam. Vegas may beat the hatred out of Atticus Cogar. There's a cover Bulk Nasty.
He's strong. I don't know that he's that strong.
I'll tell you, Bulk and Vegas have had a hatred of one another since Bulk entered IWC, and I don't think this issue will ever be over. Vegas going full Nelson.
No.
Bulk downstairs. I'm not sure if the official caught that or not. Maybe too close to the proceedings. Maybe he's letting it run. Who knows? It's a Facebook free-for-all, for God's sakes.
Oh, and Gory just super kicked Bulk Nasty. Man Dime just super kicked Jimmy Vegas.
I don't know if Dime got all down Vegas, but now Gory and Dime are battling on top of these horses' bodies.
Standing on them like a built platform.
And it's Gory. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Up top. All right.
Yes! Man Dime drilled and Gory brings the victory home for his team.
Here are your winners, the team of Johnny Patch, Jimmy Vegas, and Gory.
We saw a little bit of everything in that matchup. It was every style you can think of, but it's Gory, Vegas, and Patch that get the victory 10 minutes away from Super Indy 18 Live.
And guys, this is just the amuse-bouche. You gotta see the main course. All night, all gourmet. You you've got to join us for this.
8 of the best athletes in the world make up the field. Tag title matchup, and Christopher Daniels, a Super Indy innovator, returns home. IWCWrestling.com, iPay-per-view tab. Be a part of history at the top of the hour. Be part of the biggest IWC event in history.